Fight fans, we are back, and we are ready for our first title fight of the evening. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Wilson Melgar.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to CageZilla 80 for our first title bout. We have Wilson, the Mayan King Melgar, making his way to the cage. And this is a man that exudes all the confidence in the world at such a young age here, Brent. I mean, what an interesting character coming on in from the back, ready to talk shop with us, ready for him to walk down his game plan. He currently has a 100% finish rate with a 1-0 record, already challenging for a title.
Yeah, excited to see the Mayan King here. Originally from Guatemala, but a Manassas native. So I'm sure he's got a ton of folks in the crowd here, and really excited to see him perform here tonight. He's coming in at 5'11", so he's got definitely a height advantage here. And Chris, the first super lightweight title in CageZilla history, 165 pounds, with one of the weight classes that a lot of the professional, like UFC fighters and things like that, have been begging for, because a lot of them are 170 pounds and are a little undersized. Would love that 165-pound weight class, but just Dana won't give it to him. Jeff is giving it to him here at CageZilla. And so here we go. First super lightweight title. I'm excited to see the Mayan King. The Mayan King, not to get confused with the Lion King, but the Mayan King put on a great performance here tonight. And let's send it over to Chris to introduce the blue corner.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Robert Straight.
And Robert Straight, as his name implies, is looking to rocket straight to the top. Already at 2-0 at just 20 years old. He's the second youngest fighter on the card tonight. And once again, another challenger so early in his career, already to make a name for himself with the super lightweight title being introduced here. Very, very excited to see how he fares up against the Mayan King. He's someone who has quite a few different skills under his belt already. Able to fight on the ground, able to fight for striking as well. He's fighting out 9 Realms MMA, and we've seen already tonight how well-rounded of fighters they produce.
Yeah, Robert had a good, fun energy about him before when we talked to him before the fight, and a young man that, I've seen fight before. Very, very good and talented fighter. Not someone to underestimate in any realm. The 9 Realms MMA I'm sure has trained him to be very, very prepared for this bout. He's coming in at 162 pounds, so it didn't seem like he cut a ton of weight to make 165. He said he's thinking about cutting down to 55. Looks like he could possibly make that weight as well. So we'll see what he does tonight. We'll see how he fares tonight. He's here against a much taller opponent at 5'11", so he'll have a little bit of reach and range on him. But Robert Straight is looking to close that distance and close the show here with a win. So our first title fight of 3 of the evening, and this is going to be a powerful one. 3 5-minute rounds coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the CageZilla Super Lightweight Division. This is a battle of 2 undefeated fighters fighting it out for the vacant Super Lightweight title. This bout is brought to you by Tobaccoology, fine cigars and tobacco run by fine people with locations in Manassas and Haymarket. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'11" and weighing in at 164 pounds, fighting out of Chantilly MMA Academy with a perfect record of 1 win and no defeats. It's Wilson, the Mayan King Melgar. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, Standing 5'8" and weighing in at 162 pounds, fighting out of 9 Realms MMA with a perfect 2-0 record. He is the number 13 ranked welterweight in the state of Virginia. It's Robert Strait. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and it is for the vacant CageZilla Super Lightweight title. It is brought to you by Tobaccoology, and referee Michael Dolman is here with the fighter instructions.
Gentlemen, you've received your fight instructions before the fight. Fight clean and fight hard. You understand? Touch gloves. Let's go to work.
Here we go, our first title fight of the night. Expert referee, Mr. Michael Dolman in there, the man inside of the cage, and here we go.
Now, one thing to note as we start off this bout is look what Wilson the Mayan King Melgar is wearing. Those CMMA shorts, those have those TCB branding in the front. That's because he is a Muay Thai fighter who fought in our sister promotion, Thai Championship Boxing. And that means that combined with his reach, he could be looking for a big striking game plan here to make a statement. But immediately, it's Robert Strait diving into an attempted clinch, looking for a takedown, trading knees back and forth between these two before they break up.
Nice. Yeah, both of these guys are probably coming in here very hungry. The first super lightweight title belt, and both of them want to claim it and really coming in hungry. Like you say, you can see the Muay Thai kickboxing experience of Melgar, the Mayan King, coming out with those nice inside leg kicks, trying to soften him up. But Robert Strait closing the distance, and you can see the power that Robert has. Once he does close that distance, he's committing. Nice inside leg kicks from the Mayan King.
Both of these fighters very accomplished on their feet and on the ground, so a very interesting matchup. You can't call what either one of these fighters is going to do.
Well, certainly the crowd is calling the name of Wilson the Mayan King Melgar here. A lot of support behind this fighter out of Chantilly MMA Academy here. So he could translate that crowd's energy into a burst of advantage for himself, as Robert Strait, though, is keeping a watertight guard up, looking for an opening.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, Wilson getting the chance here, being a Manassas native. You know, he's got a lot to fight for here tonight, and he definitely wants to make a good showing. Really scoring with those leg kicks, a couple nice overhand rights. He's looking pretty solid. I think Robert's just trying to find his range and trying to really make his way inside, but he's eating a couple nice right hands from Mayan King.
I think that Robert Strait may want to take a leaf out of the book of Omari Simmons, as he was the one that was controlling the pace of that bout versus Miguel Altamirano with leg shots. But now, when it's the taller guy fishing for those, you know that you need to start trying to put on the offense, or you could be felled in an instant. And with that superior reach, it could be the case that the Mayan King keeps on the pressure. Finally, Robert Strait going to dive on in, but the clinch is going to lead into a pin onto the sidewall by Wilson Melgar as he tries to keep that pressure up.
Yeah. I was going to say I'd separate if I was Wilson. He is just a hair away from finding those jabs right there. They're just a tad bit off, and really credit Robert Strait with some good head movement and defense with those hands up. But once Melgar finds his range with that left jab, that is going to spell disaster.
Speaking of jabs, that was a nice jab from Robert Strait. Nice left hand from the Mayan King. They're really starting to exchange here. Nice check.
I do like the fact that Wilson Melgar, for the most part, is doing a good job of orienting himself towards the center of the ring, and that means that Robert Strait has a little bit less real estate with which to work, and therefore those charges are going to take a little bit longer to run up against the side wall of the cage here. Could lead to a big statement, but right now Robert Strait still trying to play that grounded game plan versus a taller opponent. This could mean that the momentum will stay in favor of the red corner right now as the time ticks down in these championship rounds.
So a lot of patience and I told you. I told you once he found the range on that, it was going to be deadly, and he found it with those two shots right there.
Yeah, that 1-2 was right on the money.
Immediately, we see the stance collapse from Robert Strait. And while it looks like he's recovered well, the fact that you immediately see him go flat-footed there could mean that after that staggering, he's just going to let himself open up to even more shots as Wilson seems to have found the confidence to really start decking his opponent here, and every shot will be traded right back.
One thing that it may go missed right now is all the sneaky little inside leg kicks and outside leg kicks that Wilson Melgar is throwing. Look right there.
Yep.
And they're taking their toll. Look at the redness around the knee of Robert Strait. That is, if this fight, you got to remember, this is a 5-round fight. Once it gets into deep water, that could be the factor.
Yeah, 5-minute fight. It's definitely longer than 3-minute fight. And this is him. He started off, first technique he threw in the fight was an inside leg kick just to soften him up. And I think he's doing just that. And he's feinting the outside leg kick and throwing that inside. So he's really, you can see some of his kickboxing pedigree working out for him here.
And in cases like this where you kind of have to play a little bit of an endurance game plan for these 5-minute rounds, you start to look for things that give you feedback, right? And two of the things that, Chris, you're pointing out here is, A, the superior reach of Wilson, a line for him to poke, and B, those inside and outside leg kicks. Both of them are really starting to show damage on Robert Strait, and that means that as long as Wilson keeps the path going as his first round ends, he could just walk away with the very first super lightweight title here in CageZilla.
Yeah, no, good first round for the Mayan King. I thought he might have edged that one out. Robert's still trying to find his range and trying to find, a good strategy for himself. Hopefully he comes out in this second round. His coaches, I know at 9 Realms, do a great job to do that. Coach P and all the guys there. So let's see what kind of advice they give him. If I was in Wilson's corner, I'd be telling him, hey, keep softening him up with those leg kicks. Like Mr. Fuller was saying, start to find that range with your jab, and then that right hand just follows right behind it, right on the money.
Yeah, Brent, I was a little bit worried that Robert Strait was just going to be out of it. His bell was rung there with that first shot that really connected upside the head from Wilson, the Mayan King Melgar, but he's standing relatively confident, right? And because of that, I do think that Robert Strait may still have a lot more to give here as we begin to move into the second 5-minute round.
Yeah, here we go. Round 2 in this first of 3 title fights this evening.
There's that jab.
Yep, you're right. He's starting to find that jab.
And it's always a difficult position to be in, coming out of round number 1, where one side is just saying, stick to that game plan. You have found the advantage, and the other side needs to find a way to adapt. I don't know if Robert's found that just yet, because Wilson already doing a good job on the offense here, as you're saying, Chris, getting those jabs in. Let's see if he can continue to layer on the hurt. Right now, though, I will say Robert has found center stage, is able to kind of walk around Melgar for the time being. Maybe the patience can start to pay off of the blue corner for once, as now he finds the advancing guard, but shots upside an unguarded head means Robert has to back right off.
And Chris, one of the things that I'm noticing as we go longer in these rounds is Robert's hands are dropping ever so slightly, and it's opening up to those jabs and big overhand rights.
Yeah, we saw the beads of moisture just fly
there
out
it
the head
is.
of Strait, as once again he gets clocked upside the head, tries to go for a leg pick, will be able to push the Mayan King up against the wall, but it almost feels like that clinch came out of desperation, as now Mayan King is able to once again turn around the pressure, and this leg hook is not going to work for Robert Strait. The two are broken up, back to center of the ring, but once again Melgar, the red corner, is just able to continue on his game plan. Robert Strait, unable to defend, tries to rush back against Melgar, trying to get center stage, but is jammed right back against the wall.
He's got to shoot for a leg right here. He's getting torn apart on his feet, and he is an accomplished fighter on the ground too.
For the time being, things have been incredibly stand-up throughout the course of that first round, and now the second one almost looks like this is a Buncho fight kind of bleeding over here. And as you're saying, Chris, I do want to see an attempted takedown, something out of Robert Strait to try to right the course, because right now it feels like he's sliding ever further down the hill versus Melgar.
And don't forget, CageZilla 76, we saw a very similar thing going on here with Robert Strait. He was losing that fight. He was almost done, and then threw up a Hail Mary triangle to secure the win. So he is not out of this fight.
No, he looks very much still in this fight, but he's got to start coming up with some answers. Because one thing I do like about Wilson is he's staying patient. He's staying patient, and he's starting to pop him and pop him and pop him and pop him, and then every now and then he'll blast him with a solid one, and they're starting to add up. If he stays patient, I think it'll start to pay dividends for him, continue to pay dividends for him.
He's just 20 years old, man, and to have a solid chin like that, he's been getting hit with some big shots that would have dropped most guys that we see.
And now it's Robert Strait getting the offense. Solid roundhouse kicks out that trailing leg. Has the clinch, forcing Melgar up against the cage wall. Keeping solid control of the taller opponent now, trying to wrap around the neck. Can't quite get a takedown in this position here, but can finally start laying in the offense without the chance at the red corner being able to defend quite as well. Knees coming back out from the side of the Mayan King here, but good job on Robert Strait. Blading those hips, being able to buy a little bit of space to dodge out of the way of that.
Yeah, there's no give up in Robert Strait. He's coming for the kill here, and Wilson better stay disciplined.
It does look like Wilson is staying disciplined, though, keeping that classic Muay Thai high guard up for the majority of this fight. He's continuing to deflect a lot of the bigger shots that Robert is bringing his way. Still no takedown attempt. He saw that little stumble right there. Those knee shots and leg shots are really starting to do in the blue corner.
Yeah, it's like these guys have almost made some kind of deal, like, hey, man, first one to shoot for a takedown loses. Like, give up.
Yeah, you got to know if you're Robert's corner that he is down big on the scorecards. He's got to let it all hang out here and then shoot for something.
Right now, though, he feels pretty content to continue to fight. Maybe he saw an opening or a moment of weakness there that we aren't seeing out of Wilson Melgar. But as you're seeing right now, Chris, it does kind of feel like desperation has to start to take into play here.
And Chris, I don't mind him staying on his feet, but if you're going to stay on your feet, you have to close the distance. You cannot get picked apart at range by a taller fighter like that. He's got to get in, close the distance, and back Melgar up against the cage to have any hope on his feet right now, and that's just not happening.
Yeah. Nice check. His eyes still look very much focused, though, and I like to see that. Oh, he ate a nice jab there from
Level
Wilson.
change. Beautiful.
You just can't keep doing that, though. The guard is slipping, and once again, he gets clocked. Robert Strait trying to respond, gets that leg grab. No takedown on the books, though. Melgar happy to continue to fight on the feet as now the time ticks down in the second round. Only 13 seconds left. Robert Strait needs something big. Ooh. The clapper sounding and the bell as well. We will be moving on to a third decisive and final round.
Wow.
You know, I don't want it to go unmentioned that both of these fighters, these guys have been fighting at a high pace for 10 straight minutes, and neither one of them look winded. Very good conditioning out of both camps here.
Yes. Yeah, that's something to be said. Something to be said for that, because we've seen some guys be gassed after a 3-minute round.
Yeah, and any of you guys at home who have ever been in a street fight, you know those only go for about 30 seconds, and most of those guys are winded. These guys have been fighting for 10 straight minutes. Just a testament to what incredible athletes we put here in the CageZilla cage.
Hey, that's why they're fighting for a title. They knew it.
Absolutely.
5-minute rounds. They had to prepare for this. Anybody preparing for 5-minute rounds is doing at least 3 5s in training, if not 4 or 5. And these guys have both coming from good camps, like you say. So I know they've been well prepared.
I am excited for this third round, guys.
Well, the chairs and corners are out, so Chris, we will begin the third round here in just a second. And I think that we're all in agreement here that right now, Wilson, the Mayan King Melgar, feels like he's coming out on top of the judges' scorecards if this goes to a decision. What can Robert Strait do here to turn things around?
I don't know. They just said something to each other right there. I'd like to know what they said.
I noticed that too, Brent. I love the trash talking.
Yeah.
So I'll jump in and answer that question real quick, Chris. In my opinion, and Brent, you're way more of an expert than me. I'm closing the distance, trying to put Wilson's back up against the cage and maybe looking to drop down for a single or a double and get this fight on the ground.
Yeah. Although.
Right there it is.
There you go.
Big shoulder check up into the corner. But Wilson Melgar stays on his feet, and not only that, but now has direct access to the back of Robert Strait. He can't quite find the takedown. Now looking to angle towards that left leg of the red corner. He continues to try to push on in towards the cage side. But the Mayan King stands tall, happy to continue to play at this range where he's fighting knees, he's fighting elbows, and once again riding the tide.
Wow. Yeah, the Mayan King has sections of the crowd all around the CageZilla cage on their feet right now. Just really with their hands put together, really nervous for him, I'm sure, and cheering for him. Wow, he's got to defend this takedown. like Chris was saying, I think Robert's way to victory is getting him possibly to the floor and imposing his will there.
He's got to get out of that underhook right there and get that right arm free. And that'll do it. Yeah, beautiful job. No, don't let him off the cage though.
Rebacking center stage. Very good for Wilson Melgar, especially as the time continues to take down in this bout. We almost got 3 minutes flat left for this one. Robert Strait needs to once again maneuver in past the artillery fire of the multiple shots of the Mayan King and once again go for a takedown if he looks to win it here and clutch this out. But for the time being, Robert Strait is isolated back center stage.
Yeah, wow. I think they're just going to decide to do a striking battle here.
Leg pick!
Just as I say that, he shoots in for a takedown.
Hooks to the left, but now it's back control for Wilson Melgar. And while Robert Strait tries to break out of it, he will not be able to find his advantage on top.
There's a slick elbow from Wilson there in the inside.
Brent, he's been throwing a lot of those little sneaky inside kicks and elbows. Those.
Whoa! A jumping kick, a roundhouse towards the head deflected by Melgar, and you can see the respect from both of these fighters. The energy, the ability to do that so deep into round 3 of a championship battle is incredible, but Robert Strait needs to turn it into more, as once again Wilson is going to find a punch past the guard.
Great title fight. He had to give him a high five for that one. He said, man, you got that one.
What
nice leg kick there on the inside.
2 minutes left now in this championship fight, and Melgar smells blood in the water, advancing strikes, once again pushing back Robert Strait towards he's near the corner, and this could spell a disaster if he opens up that guard one more time.
And I think you're right, he does smell blood in the water, but he's being very patient and very calculated. He's not doing anything, he's not overcommitting and making a mistake that would get him in trouble. Very, very intelligent fighting here from Wilson Melgar.
Yeah, this is nowhere near a one-sided bout. What I've noticed, one thing that I have noticed is, I don't know if you guys have, is both guys have circled the edge of the cage at some point or another, and usually the guy who's circling the cage is losing the fight. He's getting tagged against the cage, so.
This is what we need out of
right here.
Out of Robert Strait.
Look at Robert Strait here.
1 minute left. Still could make something out of another attempted takedown.
He's done it before, guys.
That was.
The pickup. Oh my God! Robert Strait looked up his opponent, center of the ring, looking for the mount, looking for the back control.
No way!
Attempting to stand up, but here comes the shots and full control. Robert Strait might turn it around again.
Let's see what he can do with 1 minute left.
Softening him up right now. Beautiful transition. Oh, but he lets it go.
They're sweaty. They're sweaty.
There's the break. Right into the side headlock.
He's got it.
The cage.
He's got to drop it. He's got it.
Knees coming in.
It's
Robert
under the chin.
Strait looking for the miracle once again. 30 seconds left on the clock here, Brent.
The Mayan King not taking this. You know, he's getting out of this. He knows. Oh, nice.
He had it palm to palm under his chin.
Did he? Okay, wow.
I don't know why he just let that go. I thought he was going to drop down for it, but he stayed up on his feet.
11 seconds left. There's the clappers. One more shot at glory for both of these fighters. Mayan King fishing for shots, trying to bring one upside the head. Robert Strait circling, looking for one more opening, but there is the bell. What a championship bout.
Great title fight for the first ever super lightweight title here.
This capacity crowd is going nuts, guys. This is the energy that
Yeah, I mean, I've seen judges score it, you know, for the red corner, the blue corner, and I thought one corner won, and I was wrong. So I'm not going to make the call here. Nine Realms thinks they got it, and I can see how the Mayan King might think he has it. We're just going to have to wait and see the final call here. But regardless, heart of champions from both guys here inside this CageZilla cage tonight, and the real winners were the audience. And wow, both teams should be very proud.
And what a testament to the strength of this brand new super lightweight division. I cannot wait to see more bouts here in CageZilla gunning for this title, because whoever comes out on top here and hoists that belt is going to be not only a marked man, but a true champion here representing CageZilla moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and both of these guys deserve it. You know what I mean? This was a great match. There was no, like I say, it wasn't an outmatched, one-sided match in any regard. Either of these guys would be a good title holder. So we'll just have to see what the judges saw tonight. We are not judges. Let's send it over to Chris for the final decision here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of incredible action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. But before we do, make some noise for both these fighters putting on a great show. Absolutely incredible, gentlemen. All right, here we go. Judge 1 scores about 29-28. Judge 2 scores about 30-27. And Judge 3 scores about 29-28. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision and new CageZilla Super Lightweight Champion. Out of the red corner, it's Wilson, the Mayan King, Melgar.
Wilson, congratulations on this awesome win. How are we feeling right now?
I feel good, but one thing I want to say is free Palestine, free Gaza.
And you looked super calm. You looked super calm when you came into the fight, and the accuracy you had was absolutely excellent. You just looked extremely patient. Was that the plan?
Of course, everything is part of the plan. You got to follow the game plan. If there's no game plan, nothing's going to come good at the end. But I listened to my coach, stay composed, pick my targets. He's one hell of a fighter. He hits hard as hell, too. So I had to really keep my composure in there.
You did a really good job in that. He was a really good fighter. And was there a moment, though, that you knew you had it, that confidence was up, and you got it?
Honestly, I rocked him in the first round and the second round, so I tried my best, but that child, he got a hell of a chin on him. So third round, he had me running for my money, but we fought a good fight.
You fought an excellent fight. Congratulations. What's up for you next? And any shout out to your fans?
Hey, everybody should chant to MMA. Make some noise! Make some noise! I'm bringing it back home. Hey, Luis, Mario, Mariela, everybody, mi familia te amo mucho. Mario, Luis, Mariela, Carlos, Mariana, I love you, baby. I love all of y'all. This is for us, too.
Congratulations again, and thank you so much for an excellent fight.
Like and subscribe to CageZilla.